Hi there. It's been a while since I put up a video. As you know, I only put up videos if I think they're going to be useful. I can't find anything else online such as YouTube, etc. And I was looking for a new welder. This one is a 200 amp welder from Static Arc. So it's a Chinese import machine, obviously, which most of them are, or most of the ones that are affordable. And it's supplied by a company in Birmingham. And a few weeks ago I also bought a 40 amp plasma cutter from them, which I haven't done a review on because there's plenty of reviews on the cheap 40 amp plasma cutters. Anyway, I couldn't find any reviews on this. I was after a machine, so this is a 200 amp Mig. I've seen other reviews of similar machines. I suspect they're all basically the same, but all the other ones I'd seen, especially American videos, the Mig wire loading door is on the other side, and the knobs are an opposite way around, so the displays are over there and what have you. The reason why I chose this one, I was after I've got a transformer Mig Sabora, which no problems with it, running fine, but I've got some work I need to do outside, and I was looking at having a go with the flux cord wire, and I think my Sabora is 140 amp, this is 200 amp. One of the reasons I chose this machine was it's also got inductance and burn back settings for the Mig. I won't go into details, there's enough explanation on YouTube about what those do. So it gives you a little bit more control over the arc, because I also want to try MIG welding some stainless with it. The other thing, which a lot of these, they're called the 3-in-1, you can stick arc, do normal arc welding with them, and it'll run gas, the argon mix, and gasless. The main reason I've done this video is I might do a more in-depth video to see how we get on with using it, but everybody likes to see inside the machines, and the thing I always do, well, this is only sort of the third sort of machine I bought like this that's an import, is I do like to take the cover off and have a look inside to make sure I'm not going to get electrocuted when I'm using it. That's one thing. And the other thing is, I know people sometimes have problems with pipes loose inside, so you lose your gas, and the argon mix, it's not overly expensive, but it's expensive if you lose a bottle's worth. So I do like to whip the covers off just to make sure all the wires attached, nothing's going to come loose. At the end of the day, you know, it's been shipped from China, so vibration and what have you, and I don't know what the quality control is, but overall this seems okay. There was about 20 odd screws to take out the case to get it off. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. So I say primarily this video is to have a look inside the case, and then later down the road, if I remember or get a chance, I suspect it's going to weld fine. So I can't foresee any problems there. I think it's either going to work or it's not. I haven't even plugged it in yet. I said I want to have a look inside before I start, and I did exactly that with the plasma cutter I bought for this company. So no affiliations with the company. They're based in Birmingham. I think they're on eBay and they're on Amazon, and they've also got a little website so you can purchase it from either. I think depending where you buy it, because obviously eBay and Amazon have a bit of commission, I have a feeling it might be a little like £10 cheaper off their website. And they've got MIG wire, and they've got tips, and they've got anything you might need for it. They've also got a whole other range of machines. So if you're not affiliated with them, the plasma cutter works, is fine, no problems. Not that I've given it much abuse yet. But I was so pleased, and I was in the market for a welder, because I've got some heavier steel to also I needed a bigger welder, and I want to try, as I said, the flux cord. So anyway, I'm going to try and do this. I've already undone the screws. Let's take this off gently and put it over here. I've not even had a look myself yet, so we'll have a look what it's like inside. So this is the obviously the MIG side. So we've got the spool holder here, and I think you can undo that, and you can put a 5 kilogram reel or the 1 kilogram reel, and I presume a half kilogram reel, but why you'd want to bother with the one that's small. So one of these generic Chinese drive rollers, but it looks reasonably quality. It's made out of metal. It's obviously got a Euro torch on it. Oh, plus the handy thing is it's got a power for a spool gun. In here there's a little switch, looks like a green LED, but it's not, it's light coming through from the other side. So we've got a switch, we can switch, either use the normal torch or the spool gun. So this looks fine, all metal, and I ordered some metal extra, the different rollers for the gasless with it as well. Okay, so round the front briefly, MIG stick and lift TIG, which I'm probably not going to bother with. That's just a fast feed for a spooling the wire through when you feed it through. Say we've got the induction and the burn back, we've got the voltage for MIG, and this is obviously a dual or dual function button. So when it's in MIG, it operates the wire speed, and when it's in stick or TIG, it's the current button. Okay, not sure about this yet. I know some of these machines, bit of a scratch on there, but it's probably going to get worse than that. Bit of a some of these machines I've seen reviewed, and they only give these settings out when you're use the machine. Anyway, the reason why we're doing this is to look at the welding side. Right, so initial thoughts, it looks pretty reasonable actually. Got the solenoid valve here for the gas coming in for the MIG. I'm going to give this a better check over a minute, but it's just to give you guys a quick look. Right, so it looks as if they've used some sort of hot glue, red hot glue, stop the wires coming off. There's a little sister board there. Yeah, I mean I could straighten that up, but it's not going to do any harm. I'd rather not fiddle too much. So yeah, it looks if somebody's gone around with a glue gun to stop all the fittings coming off. Molex, are they called Molex connectors? I think they are. So we've got the IGBTs down here, got the transformer there, or they MOSFETs. I know it's an IGBT welder, but I'm not sure whether those and those are part of the same thing as something else. Got some capacitors in the back, and there's obviously a heat sink there, and there's a fan in the back that draws all the air through. A reasonably sized motor for the wire feed. That looks pretty good. I would say it's about the same size as the one on my Sabora welder. So if you're familiar with remote control cars with the 540 motors in, this is almost twice the size. Bigger strap across there. Boards mounted okay. Bit of insulation on the back. I'm no electronics engineer by any stretch of the imagination, but mechanically switches glued, hot glued in the back. But overall, right, okay, and there's a, that's quite nice. Some of them aren't always like that. It's got all the backs of the control knobs covered up. So there's probably, actually I can almost peep through there, there's probably some sort of circuit board there with the knobs and variable resistors for the knobs and all potentiometers and all that. So sorry, I keep moving around. Yeah, they're a bit wonky, but they're not on the straight, but they're okay. So it doesn't look as if it's going to kill me, let's put it that way. Right, okay, I thought there'd be a bit more in it, but not. And actually the plasma cutter's only got one circuit board in it, so it looks reasonably tidy to me. I think that's going to be fine. So I'm going to leave it there. As you've seen the inside of it, I point out a couple of the features. I'll try and do a quick review just to let you know how I got on with it, that it worked okay and it didn't blow up straight out of the box. I think a lot of people say with a lot of these import machines, they either work or they don't, to be quite honest. There's the fan on the back, on off switch. I never understand why they don't put them on the front. It could be not enough room, or they just want to save a bit of wire going from the front to the back, I don't know. quite nice gland nut on there, and that's the input for the MIG gas. Anyway, I say I couldn't find any videos giving you a proper look of inside of one of these, so you got a proper look if you were thinking about buying one, and presumably here because you've googled static arc 200 amp welder or a MIG 200S2. Okay, that'll be all for now. I'll get this posted up and then hopefully it'll help something else. Thanks for looking.